All right, then.
Yes.
Thanks very much. You
Enjoy
might wonder why
today.
I've got a bucket on my lap.
Well, I was just thinking now. I looked over and was thinking, oh.
Shall I tell you why?
Yeah.
We've got Richard Hammond in the studio. And
The most dangerous man in
I saw
television.
him out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
You should always have a bucket on hand when you've got Richard Hammond in the studio.
It follows me round, that does.
It does. I'm not surprised.
Do you need constant dousing?
Just in case, just in case.
Because he's going to explain things like, did you know why a paper plane doesn't have to be plane-shaped in order to fly? Or, possibly, how to make an apple pie taste of apples when lemons are the only fruit in it.
Ah.
Yes. It's Richard Hammond's Blast Lab is the place that you'll get the answers.
A Top Gear presenter is hosting a new children's science game show. He's here with all his bits and bobs. And, well, you remember, things didn't go quite to plan last time Richard brought in his experiments
You're
on the
never
show.
going to let me forget.
No, and you will not forget it, Mr.
never.
Hammond.
It's the only time we've ever had blood on
There
the
was
studio.
blood on the
floor.
studio floor.
A slight incident. It can happen.
Well, anyway, first, we're going to have a look at an experiment to see what sort of damage a ton of water dropped from a height of 30 metres will do to a car.
Gosh,
What could, I don't know.
3, 2, 1, drop! Hey, it'll be fine, don't worry. It's not... Yeah. Wow! Wow, you see the power of water in action. Look at that! The doors are bent, the chassis is bent, windscreen's gone, the roof's gone. It didn't even splash. It just mashed it. What? Most of that will polish out. That's science, that is. We learnt. We felt the benefit.
Yeah, put a bit of tea-cut on it, it'd be
There's
good
a
as new.
surprise.
Most of that will clean up.
Well, it's a surprise. You drop a very heavy object onto a car, it'll do some damage.
Yeah, but it was water, and it was just another way of making children watching think about things a bit differently about the weight of water. So I borrowed one of my lab rats. He was one of my assistants that you saw. My lab rats, I have lots of them.
Yeah.
And I borrowed his car, and I bent it very slightly
Right.
in the event. But we
Whose
all
car was
learned.
it? I mean, no, is that a dead car that you got?
Well, it is now. Obviously, we dropped a ton of water on it, and it flattened it. Yes, well, I borrowed it from one of my lab rats, just to donate it to the cause of science. Actually, I've borrowed another one recently for another experiment later in the series, and that got spoiled as well. Can I just say,
Yeah.
I can't concentrate at all.
Why?
Because I've just passed Sporticus out there.
Yes. Enough about him.
Was
Let's
he
talk
doing
about
cartwheels?
No,
And
I just
backflips?
stood there. Well, come on then. Waiting
Yeah,
for him to
exactly.
sort of flip towards the coffee machine.
And he's not
and then
done it yet?
No, not yet, but he probably is now.
Don't rope him into your science experiments. Do
No.
not do that, because
No,
you know,
that-
people
I'd
always
be
suffer.
unpopular.
You seem to like blowing things up, because you did a lot of that in Brainiac when you were doing science booths. Things are always being blown up there. And, of course, Top Gear, you enjoy driving into things, setting light to things. And this is what you're doing with the new show as well, only with kids.
Well, Blast Lab it's about trying to bring science to life a little bit, and also I think it's an easy thing to do actually, because I don't know, at school I was definitely more artistic than scientific, so I thought science wasn't for me because I liked painting and writing and stuff, and therefore I sort of excluded myself from science, which I think is a terrible shame actually, because for a lot of kids learning is learning. It doesn't matter whether you're learning about science or history or English or painting. It's learning. It's new stuff.
Yeah.
It should be exciting, and science taking a similar approach with it I think can be a lot of fun.
You're going
So
to show
that's
some
what
new
we've done.
stuff about paper planes, then?
Well, I want to talk about
Oh,
this.
the
That's
water,
why
you
I
want to
show
do
up the
water?
bottle. Yeah, I mean, all I'm trying to do is just look at things a
Are you
little
going
bit
to do this
differently for
across
children.
me? You are, aren't
Can
you?
I borrow the bucket?
Thank you.
Pass the bucket.
I think it might be best. There
Health
you
and
go.
safety, health and safety.
Just in
Right,
case.
what do you do? What
we're
do you
not
got
being
there?
pessimistic.
Go on.
Right, a bottle of water. Now, if we put holes in it, obviously... That's actually
You
pressure
may
the
not
bottle,
have seen
squeezing it
that,
out.
but there was a lot
That's
of
actually
water.
because somebody's overfilled the bottle there. So I'm going to put the holes in it
Paint
first.
all over the
Okay,
place.
Well, there
what
you
you
go.
can't see...
What's it supposed-
going down
Well, what's
the-
going to happen is,
Let's put
once
it
you
up.
get the initial pressure from the bottle,
No, I'm going
somebody's
to show
overfilled
them
the water.
that you...
Oh, so it had too much
You mustn't
water
put too
in.
much water in, because then you'll find that the actual pressure of the bottle... That's the bottle returning to its original
Right,
shape.
there we
Square
go.
together.
Can we
Right,
just
if we wait
have
till
a...
that stops...
No, that's
which
not...
eventually it
We
will.
don't want that, do we?
No, because what I want to
Okay.
demonstrate is that actually, in actual fact, the water won't come out of the bottle until you take the lid off, because what it's
Right.
doing then is allowing the air pressure to come in, and the air itself is pushing down on the water.
So?
Now, unfortunately, what I've got is a squishy bottle, so what it's doing is just leaking anyway. That didn't entirely work, but
I thought that worked
entirely
really,
work.
that worked
what's
really,
important
really well.
in science is to learn from your mistakes. And what we can learn is, if you're going to do that experiment, don't use a squishy plastic bottle.
You know,
because then
it's
it
Walter,
distorts.
You know, we're
bring
going to have
your own
engineers
bottle.
down here. They hate it when we use it.
You shouldn't have set it all up. I didn't bring the bottle, you did.
There's
Next time, use a better
tables and
bottle.
everything around here.
The
We're
other
going to
thing
get
is,
fried.
Can I see that frog? Have you got one of those?
No, we haven't got
No,
one.
we haven't got one of those frogs.
No,
They're
but we
fantastic,
can see.
weren't
I'd
they?
like to see something
see that little
fly.
frog.
I'd like to see something fly.
So we have.
After the
Now, this is
successful-
I've
safe.
no idea. No, listen.
What do you mean you have
because
no idea?
I wanted to talk more about why we're doing the thing, because we're doing this to try and make science actually come alive for kids, because I think these things are...
Well, it'll come alive if you make a paper aeroplane.
You make the plane, he can talk
Well,
about...
I don't know, it's in the book, isn't
We
it?
don't know how to make a plane, heavens.
The book is taken from the series, and the series is actually about making science live for
pass me
kids.
the
It's about bringing it... What?
Yes, bring it. Keep going. Yeah,
I think I've
I'm going to look up the
got a lot of
instructions
water
in here.
What?
Your instructions.
The instructions... Well, I didn't write the bit about the paper airplane. That's from the programme. I've no idea.
Okay.
Well, actually, in the book, I have read the book.
Yes.
It says that paper plane... Have you not read the book yet?
Well, we took the book from the series, so I've no idea.
Have you
Most
not?
of it, well,
Okay.
most of it, yes. It's all...
The paper planes fly better if you have a straw and then two round things, loops attached to
Well, it's
each end.
messing about with aerodynamics, which is partly to a large... We made a whole programme about aerodynamics. In fact, we got the children to throw aeroplanes through a series of hoops. It was utterly terrifying.
Right.
Everything got quite...
So
badly
you've got,
broken.
in your new series, you've got somebody called Ninja Nan.
Yes.
Isn't
Well,
a real
obviously.
Nan, is she?
No, she actually guards the place. The point is that it's an underground laboratory in which we conduct experiments, and to that end, we need to be guarded. Ordinarily, I have the SAS guarding me, but generally speaking, they're not available. So we bring
we're
in
now
my ninja
obsessed
trained
with-
Nan. What are you
I've
doing with
forgotten
paper
how to
airplanes?
make a paper plane. How pathetic
Yeah, me
is that?
too.
Have you
Do you know?
forgotten?
No, I can't. It's been years.
I thought I could do it.
So did it.
Oh,
But
there
the
we
thing
go.
is,
Well, you can-
have you got
you
the
can-
paper?
That's
Depends
it,
how
that's
far
it.
you're going to
There's
put. If you're going to
paper
point it,
clip.
it'll affect the...
You're supposed to put a paper clip on the nose, are you? It makes
Yes,
it
because
quite
that'll bring
better.
it down.
When is
All right.
Blast Lab on? Can you do that and
Last
talk
time
at
was
the
on
same time?
8:30 on Saturday mornings.
8:30
and
Saturday mornings.
on the
Right,
CBC.
wait.
Right, there's
Put
the
your paper clip
clip,
on.
clip.
Yes.
Right, look, oh, actually, that's pathetic, isn't it?
Go.
Ready?
Mine's quite a lot
Okay.
better.
Ready?
than yours.
Let's, wait until the... Ready,
1, 2,
go.
3, go. Oh, that wasn't bad.
Whoa!
That was actually a perfectly executed landing. I wish you hadn't put that bucket.
You have re-established your credentials as
Well-
top scientist.
No, well, the whole point of it is this is a journey of revelation for me as much as for the
Certainly
kids
is.
coming
Clearly.
into the laboratory, and that's the point. So
Yes.
we do stuff, things happen,
No.
we learn from
I
it.
think we've got our revenge after that water. You've got water all over your face.
I am so
Richard,
excited. Yes, thank you
you've,
so
got,
much.
you've got a lot of tidying up to do as
Come
well.
back
actually.
any
on
time
there.
you like.
In the hopes that it leaks.
Richard.
I shall. Enjoy the rest of your morning.
I should
That
get
wasn't the
one
way
of
it's
these.
supposed to be.
Look, can you
Come-
just...
Coming
Sorry,
up,
that's quite
yeah,
a lot
mop
of
up.
water.
The actor and the singer Mandy Patinkin is here. Also, Magnus Scheving, you know him as Sporticus in the hit children's series Lazy Town. He was limbering up just a second ago.
And the frog. Are you bringing the frog in?
No.
No more
We
frogs.
can't... They're very rare.
But just what?
No.
Can we move on? Also,
can't.
would you jump into a
No
frozen
frog.
pond to save your dog? We'll meet a man who did. First, here's Carol with the weather.
Save us from the chaos.
Well, I was thinking when Richard's finished tidying up the studio, he could bring his hoover out here because there's so many leaves around and about. And it's cold as well. Really